friend, this is Kaustav, and in today's tutorial we're going to learn about the UI table view using identifier by using storyboard. So actually why I have opened this particular these two picture. In our last tutorial I have created this kind of UI by using the scroll view and the stack view. So when I delivered that particular tutorial, on that moment I already mentioned that this can be easily achievable by using UI table view. So let's go straight to the example and explain how you guys can create this kind of appearance. Leave about the color, leave about the background, everything, just the appearance, like this kind of full name, email, a text field, this kind of appearance, how we can achieve it using the UI table view from the storyboard and using the identifier. So let's begin. First need to create a Xcode project. Okay, so you guys can see our project is being created, and this is the storyboard, main storyboard, and this is the view controller. So currently the scene which is being displaying is the view controller, and its class is mentioned over here, that is the view controller, which is nothing but this particular class, right? So since we are going to design a UI using table view, so first drag a table view from here. So type like this table and table view over here, drag it. Okay, so just remove the margin and give 0 0 0 0 from every possible side. Okay, why I have removed, since we are going to design a UI only for testing purpose, so that's why I'm not maintaining any kind of margin. When we are going to create a proper design for any business or development purpose, on that moment definitely you guys should consider about the margin. Okay, so first our table view is created. So now the problem is, if you guys look closely on these two particular pictures over here, say example, this is the cell we need to design. But on the last tutorial you guys already watched that Apple provided table cell is very simple, not this kind of complex design present over here. So to achieve this kind of design we need to create our own custom cell, and to do that what I need to do, you need to type over here cell like this, and table view cell comes over here. You can see that this is the class name UI table view cell. So just drag from here and drop it, right? So this is the table cell you have created. Okay, this is a very simple table cell. Right now there is no child component present over here. Now on the very beginning, when someone just start to develop the iOS, on that moment they did some kind of mistakes, like let's example prototype cell is count is 1. If we change it to 10, and so you guys can see 10 cells is created, but that is not required, that is not our requirement. We should create only a single prototype cell, and programmatically we will use that particular single cell repeatedly for our purpose. Because if you guys notice closely, the appearance of the cell is totally same, only the content of the cell getting changed, right? So we need not to create a different cell for the different row. We are going to use the same cell design for the every row. Okay, so our first cell is created. Let's complete it design. So first taking a label and doing it little bit of first. As you guys can see on the design, this particular text field have a background of grayish color, so I'm changing its background to light gray from here. And that's it, our design is almost complete. So just the last thing we need to do is to provide a bottom space. So when this kind of menu appear, on that moment if we click with the alt button, on that moment this kind of container margin, this kind of related constant will appear. If we release the alt button, then the normal bottom space will appear. Okay, so I'm giving normal bottom space, that's fine. Giving from here 8, so label got increased. So if you guys forgot about the what is content hugging, I'm giving link, you guys can go over there and know about the content hugging. Right now I'm providing a content hugging priority vertical as a 1000 for the label. Okay, so when it start to run, on that moment the appearance of the cell got improved. Okay, so our cell design is complete. Okay, so whenever a cell is being created, on that moment definitely we should create a cell class. For that we need to go to this particular iOS Cocoa Touch class, and over here custom class. Okay, so custom class is created. Next, and create. Okay, so now if you look closely on the design, there is a two component, one is label, one is text fields. So I'm going to take two UI label, one is for UI label and another one is for UI text field. So IB outlet with where label display, that is UI label, and IB outlet with where text display UI text field. Okay, so what I need to do, we need to set this custom class on this particular design. This is the cell na. So on this particular cell, sometimes what we did, we make mistakes and set the cell class over here on the content view, but don't do that. Select the cell, go over here and paste the custom class and press enter. That's it. When the cell is being placed, custom class name is being pasted over there. So on that moment the IB outlet start to appear over here. So make the connection label display with this particular label and txt display with this particular text field, and that's it. Our cell creation is completed. Okay, the only last thing that is missing still now, that is on this inspector there is a field. The field name is identifier. You can see a reuse identifier, very lightly it's displaying. So I am putting over here ABC. What does that mean? That mean whenever a cell is being created programmatically, on that moment from the view controller they are looking for a cell whose identifier is ABC on this particular scene. So like that way they are fetching the design from this particular scene. Here might be 10 different kind of custom cell, but no two cell have the same identifier. Okay, so now go to the coding sections. Our designing and the connection sections is done. Now go to the coding section. Sorry, one section is missing still now, that is the table. So table delegate we need to connect. So here is the data source and delegate connection we did, and that's it. Most of the job is done, only a very small coding section is remain. Let's do that. So first we are going to take a IB outlet for the table view. So as usual IB outlet with where table display UI table view. Okay, and over here we are going to take the extension of the view controller. We can directly write on the view controller, that's not an issue, but I prefer to use on the different section because that way we can segregate the different functionality on the different block. Okay, that's my choice of coding. You guys can directly code on the view controller sections, that's not an issue. Okay, so first there is a delegate data source method, that is number of sections. Okay, so by default if we don't declare any number of sections, by default it's assume at least one section present on the table view. Okay, so I am just ignoring the number of sections because there is no required to mention the sections separately. So it will take one number of section as a one. Okay, so number of row. Okay, so in case of number of row, as you guys can see, here is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8, total 8 number of row. So we are going to return 8. Okay, that's it. And over here another method is sell for row at index path. So this is the main method. Okay, so what we are going to do, let sell equal to, first let me write the code, then after I am explaining the every single thing. Okay, so with identifier, what identifier I have provided over here, this is the sale, here is the identifier ABC. So we need to mention as ABC over here, ABC for index path, as our cell type is custom class table view cell. So custom class table view cell, else return UI table view cell style default identifier cell return cell. So what we are doing, guardlet cell, the guardlet statement specially, that particular section, actually what is the work principle of the guardlet? Say table view cell dequeuing a particular cell. What is dequeuing I will explain later in when we are going to jump on a depth. So say assume it's creating the cell from the storyboard, it's using the identifier, they are identify that particular cell from the scene and they are creating the cell. And on that creation time also checking whether it's a custom class table view cell. If the class is also matched, on that moment a instance is created and that particular instance is assigned to this particular variable whose name is cell. Okay, by chance if it is written nil, on that moment the else block will execute. That's mean it will return a default table cell. Okay, otherwise it might crash. So that's why we are returning a default cell from our side to the particular data source method. Otherwise, since the cell we are getting from executing this code, so we are returning this specific cell. So let's run the code and see what is the outcome. So you guys can see our project start to run and all the 8 cells is created. Okay, so over here another proof, we need not to create a 8 cell or 10 cells from here using the prototype cell. We are just designed a particular cell and using that particular cell to create 8 different rows. Okay, so like this way table view work fine. So over here our UI doesn't match currently. On the picture you can see over here its full name, email, phone number like this way, but it's all displaying as a label. So what is the solution for this particular problem? So first there is also another problems. Look, if we click on this blank space, the entire section got grayed out. Okay, so that is another problem. So for the beginners, they do a common mistake. They go to this particular table view and from selections they did as a no selections. Never ever do that. Okay, so what we need to do over here, we need to type this particular line of code, selection style, and that is equal to null, not the selection style need to be none. Okay, and what about the label? So we know that it's return 8 number of rows which start from 0 and continue up to 7. So that's mean if, and it's executing on a loop, this particular method executing on a loop internally. So that's mean this index path at the initial phase is 0, then after 1, then after 2, then after 3, like this way continue up to 7. Okay, so we need not to create another loop inside of this particular method until and unless it is absolute necessary. Okay, better try to avoid any kind of loop inside this particular method. Okay, so now need to compare like this way, if index path dot row equal to 0. Okay, so that means cell dot label display dot text equal to full name. Else if index path dot row equal to 1, that means cell dot label display dot text equal to email, I guess. Yeah, email. Then after phone number, then after password, then after confirm password, then after gender, then after permanent address, then after postal address. So all done. So now 2 3 4 5 6 7, and that's it. Now if I give it to run, it will run properly. So you guys can see that over here. Now if we click over here, no gray icon is appearing, right? That is also solved, and over here all the field is start to display fine. But if you guys look very minutely on that moment, you guys can see there is a separator placed over here, and the separator start from here, not from the very beginning but end at the very end. It's a very bad UI issue. Okay, so you guys need to resolve it. That is your first homework. And the second homework is, on the UI you guys can see the background is red. Okay, but over here the background color is not red. So you guys also need to resolve this particular problem. If you guys able to resolve, then please comment it out on the comment section, that how you guys achieve and resolve this particular problem. If you guys not able to resolve, then also just highlight it on the comment. I will make a resolution tutorial for this particular problem. So if you guys like my content, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Do a lot of share with your friends, with your family members, to all those members who want to learn about iOS. So that's all for today. See you on the next video on a new tutorial. Till then, have a nice day. Goodbye.